Okay, good evening. Good evening. It is 6:59. I am going to call this meeting to order. First item on the agenda is our Pledge of Allegiance. Could we all please stand? And the flag is to my right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Our first item on the agenda is executive session, item B1, anticipated adjournment to the executive session. Can I get a motion, please?
I move that we adjourn to executive session to discuss information relating to an ongoing or future criminal investigation or prosecution, information relating to proposed pending or current litigation, the employment history of particular persons, personnel matters and/or employee records, and matters deemed confidential by state or federal law, including seeking advice from counsel.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. We are now in executive session. We will return at 8 p.m. Thank you.
Oh, is she supposed to talk like that? Chris, you gotta go on mute. Hello? Can you tell us to go on mute? Is she on mute? Trustee Valen, are you on mute? She's on mute, right? I know, a little too much.
I don't know.
All right.
I'm not sure.
Luke, can you see if Trustee Valen's on mute?
She can.
Oh,
She
hallelujah.
can mute and
Okay,
unmute.
very good. All right.
I muted myself.
Yay.
Where is my agenda? Here it is. Okay. We are back in public session. The time is now 8:09 p.m. And the first item on our agenda is student voice, hence why we had a nice young man up on stage. Did he go too far? Did he go far? You have him? Okay, great. So one of the things the board did this year was we added a student voice, student public comment section to our board agendas. And we've been hearing for the entire year at our regular meeting from a student at R.J. Bailey, as well as a student from Woodlands Middle High School. And tonight, it looks like we have Mr. Caden Lapola. So Caden, if you are here, could you please come up to the stage? And our district clerk, Patricia, is going to help you with the mic. And we would love to hear from you and hear how you're doing at Richard J. Bailey School.
Hello. My name is Caden Lapola. I am a 6th grade student who will share with you tonight about my personal experiences at Richard J. Bailey. When I entered 4th grade, I always felt the struggle to fit in, but I continued to do my best to get through each day.
Caden, can I stop you? I'm sorry for 1 second. I can't hear him.
Okay.
Is his mic loud enough? Or maybe,
Yeah.
I just want to
Yeah.
hear everything you say.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Caden Lapola. I am a 6th grade student who will share with you tonight about my personal experiences at Richard J. Bailey. When I entered 4th grade, I always felt the struggle to fit in, but I continued to do my best to get through each day. Then, one day, a very influential educator in my life recommended that I switch into another class, and with that suggestion, the direction of my life changed. In 5th grade, I entered the Advanced Learning Program, a setting with greater challenges and expectations. There, I have made many strong connections with my peers who share similar interests and passions. In addition, with the support and guidance of my mother, Jathina Torres Lapola, I stepped outside my comfort zone and joined various extracurricular programs, such as engineering and yearbook, and grew more involved in the community. During this time, I have built strong and lasting relationships with my peers and teachers. After reflecting on the years, I have learned that it was the people at Richard J. Bailey who I will never forget. Thank you, Miss Kim, Miss Rosino, and Miss Mangum for preparing me for whatever comes next. Richard J. Bailey has helped shape the confident learner who stands before you today. My hope for the future generations is that every 4th, 5th, and 6th grade student can stand where I am standing tonight and call Richard J. Bailey their second home. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Kaden. That was awesome. Thank you. Do any board members have any follow-up questions?
I do.
Yes, Trustee Mance?
All right, Kaden, thank you for sharing. It was really good. If I heard correctly, you said that you're involved with the community now. So do you want to tell us about some of the activities that you're involved with?
My mom helped me enroll in different stuff and has helped me get to where I am today.
Is your mom here today with you?
Yeah.
Hi, Mom. Awesome. And will we see you at Woodlands Middle High School in September?
Yes.
Great. There's a lot of activities up here at Woodlands as well. Does anyone else have any follow-up questions? Do you have any questions for us?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you, and we hope to see you again soon.
You too.
That's awesome. Okay, next we have from Woodlands Middle High School, Miss Amy Maria Alfie, grade 7.
Good evening, Superintendent Chisholm and members of the Board of Education. My name is Amy Alfie, and I'm a 7th grader attending Woodlands Middle High School. I would like to start by showing my appreciation for all your efforts. You all do an incredible amount for our school, helping make it a positive environment where students can learn and grow. I would like to share my favorite aspects of Woodlands and how they impact students daily. One of my favorite parts of Woodlands is interacting with teachers who truly want me to succeed. The teachers do more than teach lessons, but help me through my struggles, blossom my curiosity, and make me strive for more. This is one of my favorite parts of Woodlands, the teachers and the relationships I build with them. Furthermore, the food provided has been a big improvement. There are various options available and something new to try every day. Additionally, I love the many opportunities and extracurricular activities available to students. For example, sports and clubs are incredibly exciting because they allow us to pursue interests beyond academics. Through these extracurriculars, I get to meet upperclassmen, bond with coaches, and learn valuable lessons. Furthermore, I appreciate the school grounds at Woodlands, the large grassy fields, tennis courts, the track, baseball, softball, and football fields. They all provide much space for activities like field day and athletics. I do not appreciate so much the geese poop all over the place, but we love seeing the birds. Overall, Woodlands is an amazing place, and much of that is thanks to the work and support of the Board of Education. Thank you much for your commitment in providing students with quality teachers, strong programs, an excellent campus, and a plethora of opportunities for success. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Yes, Trustee Warner.
Sure. What sports and clubs are you interested in?
Oh, yes. So for fall, I do volleyball. For winter, I do fencing. And then for spring, I do track. And then clubs, I joined Builders Club for community service. I'm in jazz band and the drama club.
Thank you.
And this is all something I was not interested in last year, but it's really exciting.
What else are you involved in, Ms.
Well, that's all the stuff I'm involved in school, but I also do altar service for more community service hours. I hope to get more into technology because drama club, I was doing the soundboard, and that's been an amazing opportunity.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have any other questions? Do you have any questions for us?
Not really. Sorry. Thank
No?
you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, are there any, hires, instructional hires that are here tonight? No?
No new hires.
No, okay. Okay, next item on our, so board, if it's at all possible, we have a community partnerships and school safety on our committee. I wanted to kind of deviate from that. I'm not sure, what do you want to do? I wanted to deviate from that. Can you do this? Do you want to start? You want me to start? Okay, great. So if you allow me, board, I want to deviate from our printed agenda or our agenda online that reads, we will be talking about community partnerships and school safety, and instead, I'd like to talk about the next Nettie Jackson Extra Mile Award. Is everybody okay with that? For me to move forward with that agenda item instead? Wonderful. So David, as the chair of the CEC committee, who oversees the Nettie Jackson Extra Mile Award, do you want to talk about it? I have the thing up here if you want to read it, or do you have it already?
So Nettie Jackson was a union leader and a secretary and an after-school mentor for kids for about 20 years after she retired, and she was the heart and soul of the place. And if she was not busy complaining about a misplaced comma in a memo, then you knew everything was okay in the district because she was watching. Okay, so we named our Extra Mile Award after Nettie Jackson, and basically, it's for anybody, either community member or staff member, who goes above and beyond the call of duty for our students. And so each year, the community makes nominations, and they're gathered together, and the CEC comes up with a list of judges, and they go and look at all the descriptions and decide what the results are. And I think we have some results.
I do want to read the blurb, Trustee Warner, that you did on the district website that reads really well. Explains everything. Nettie Jackson was a compassionate and tireless, lifelong advocate of quality education for all children. She was a concerned activist, parent, community leader, public school secretary, union president, and a personal mentor to scores of students in the Greenburgh Central School District. In her honor, the Nettie Jackson Extra Mile Award recognizes a member of the Greenburgh CSD community who consistently performs outstanding service beyond their regular responsibilities and position for the district of the students and to the goal of excellence in education in the district. This award is presented annually by the Superintendent of Schools and the Board of Education. 5 individuals come together and they read the nominations. Employees, community members, businesses, students, and any individual who renders a service to the district can all be nominated. Those 5 committee members read all of the nominations and pick one, and sometimes more than one winner. So I'm reading all that to say we now have the committee formed. The committee has read all of the nominations that were submitted, and we have chosen one winner this year. So are any of the committee members present? So please come up, because we're going to award the person. their Nettie Jackson Extra Mile Award. I see Samantha Ives is here. Hold on, let me see. And I see Alyssa Soto? Sito. I was close, I'm so sorry. And then we had Dr. Chisholm, we had myself, and who was our fifth person? I don't even remember now. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, Mr. King. Is Mr. King here? Yes. Don't try to hide. What do you hide? Come up here. So it's important to note that of the committee members, we have prior awardees. Ms. Ives, Mr. King is a prior awardee. Just Ms. Ives was 2 years ago now, right? And Mr. King was last year. I was awarded the Extra Mile Award many, many moons ago. And Dr. Chisholm is our superintendent. And so we reviewed all of the applications and we selected one winner. So I don't know if you want to say the winner.
Good evening, everyone. So on behalf of the committee for the Nettie Jackson Extra Mile Award, and based on the nomination from Principal Smith, we'd like to award this year's award to Officer Michaela Henry of the Greenburgh Police Department. Surprise!
Congratulations, Officer Henry.
Congratulations.
I'm going to read what your nomination said, and as Dr. Chisholm announced, you were nominated by Principal Matthew Smith. Officer Henry is more than a police officer. She's a vital bridge that connects all of our Greenburgh Central schools and our community. With a constant and caring presence, she makes it a priority to visit our schools regularly, check in with students, greeting them warmly, and introducing herself to those who may not yet know her. Her approachability and genuine interest help build trust, making her a familiar and reassuring figure in the students' daily lives. Beyond her visible presence, Officer Henry works closely with school staff to discuss concerns and develop thoughtful, proactive plans to ensure the safety and well-being of everyone in our buildings. For many students, she becomes a surrogate mother, someone who listens, guides, and supports without judgment. In moments of uncertainty or tension within the community, she is a steady, calming voice, helping to address issues with compassion, clarity, and care. Officer Henry embodies a true balance of discipline, structure, and empathy that resonate deeply with students. Whether in moments of guidance or correction, students respond positively to her, knowing that her actions are always rooted in respect and genuine care. So that was your nomination. And I see that many of your coworkers are here, many of your team from Greenburgh Police Department. Thank you for your service, and they have flowers for you as well. I don't know if anyone from the nominating judging panel wants to add anything in particular. Oh, okay, I'm coming. Yes. You gotta let her go. Thank you. Do you want to say a few words? I don't know if anyone from the nominating committee wants to chime in or anything, please. Oh, okay.
I'll hold your motion.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, Mr. Smith, yeah, that's a good idea.
See, now he's not going to nominate.
Officer Henry, so this award holds a special place in my heart. This is my version of that is front and center in my living room and will be until the day I die. I hope that it means as much to you. As a committee, this was an easy decision because we each had a way to chime in on this nomination on how impactful you have been in our journey for our children and our schools. And I don't know why I'm crying. I can't think of a more deserving person. Thank you. Thank you.
Please say something. Please,
I
please.
just want to,
Oh, sorry, Dr. Iris. Oh, sorry, Dr. Chisholm.
I do want to share this one thing. I'm new to the district and new to the community. This is my first year here. But as a former police officer, I know the vital importance of community policing. And when you think about community policing and you think about all of those things that it encompasses, you really epitomize what it means to be a true partner with our law enforcement, for our students to see you showing up, and what that means in terms of our partnership with the school district. So I want to thank you for being visible, for being a partner, and for your ability to be a true community police officer with Greenburgh Central Schools. So thank you.
Thank you. Please give us a few words.
I'm like speechless. Right, that is a first. I definitely just want to say thank you so much, Mr. Smith. You and I are like, and Mr. Head, we're like a three-way team, like constantly. I've always been for the youth. The youth is my passion. I've always known that my goal is service, and that's why I'm a police officer. I enjoy the service work. We can't help everybody, but just that connection, that positive influence, sometimes, most of the times, goes a long way. In society right now, police officers are not the good guys. And, you know, the Greenburgh Police Department, we are intentional with how we treat our community. And my partners, my coworkers, I couldn't be anything without them. I drive them nuts. You know, I tell them constantly, like, I'm not here today. Please go and check on the kids for me, please. And I'm like texting them, hey, did you go to this school? Am I wrong, guys? Right? So, like, I am accepting this for my unit, Community Affairs Unit. We are one team, we're solid, we stay together, and I couldn't be who I am today without those guys that support me when all my ideas are crazy. And I appreciate the Greenburgh Central School District so much for just being so welcoming to me, to, you know, allow me to come in the buildings, check kids, let them know, listen, this is what we need to do. I do the summer youth program. I'm constantly reinforcing. I tell them all the time, I'm with you for 6 weeks, but it goes past 6 weeks. Ms. Mann can attest to that. You know, like, it's just a constant flow of being intentional, being present, you know, showing up. There are nights that kids are calling me, parents are calling me. I'm not at work, but just hearing my voice and being able to just help the kids just helps the family. So I am super grateful for this, and I appreciate you guys, and I can't wait to continue to do great work for the district.
Thank you so much, Officer Henry. Thank you. Yes. Trustee
And
Nance?
might I add, Officer Henry is an active participant with the Safety Committee, okay? She's at every meeting. I'll see you next Wednesday, 6:30? All right, thank you.
Okay. Next on our agenda, so we're not doing community partnership school safety today. That was all a lie, sorry. So next we have a recognition of 2025-2026 retirees. And we had several retirees this year. This is an amazing and important piece of our school district and an important rite of passage at the end of the school year that we look at the end of the employment for folks that have committed many, many years to our school district. And we have some instructional and non-instructional folks. Some people have retired earlier in the school year, some people more recently. And so the retirees are going to be called to the stage. We have a gift for you. They're going to pick up their gift from Ms. Pineda and shake hands with each board member. And then we're going to take one large picture. I also want to allow the retirees, before they get their gift from Patricia, to come to the mic and address the community if you'd like to. No pressure, no pressure. But talk about, your experience, talk about, hopefully it's positive, and say whatever you'd like to say before leaving. Please be kind. And so I'm going to call you one by one. If you're here, is everyone here? Everyone on this list is here?
Not everyone.
Okay.
I put a sheet on your.
You did put a sheet on here. Okay, I don't see the sheet. But I'm going to say everyone's name, and if you're here, please come. Thank you. So Leah Doster retired on January 27th. She is not here, but let's clap for Miss Doster. And confirmed here tonight is Miss Dory Brown. She retired and was approved on January 27, 2026. Please come up, Dory. Don't try to hide. And congratulations. I know Ms. Brown is at Richard J. Bailey, but please take the opportunity to say goodbye on the microphone, if you so choose.
Thank you for the recognition. It's also bittersweet. 30 years as an educator, 31 years as an educator, 26 of them in Greenburgh. I feel so blessed. Greenburgh has allowed me to perfect my craft. I'm a graduate of Woodlands High School, so the community is very important to me. And just thank you very much. It's an honor.
Thank you. Please come around and shake everyone's hand. And then don't run off because we're going to take a photo.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Thank you. Next we have, who's also here, Miss Dawn Weiss. And I happen to know she was between Lee F. Jackson and Highview School. And Miss Weiss, please come up and speak with us at the mic. And she was confirmed to retire on January 27th.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Thank you. I started here in 1975 up at the mansion. And I am a person who went through every school and graduated in '89. Came back here right away and never left because Greenburgh is home to me and always will be. So I've been here for 33 years and I've always known that I wanted to be a teacher and I always knew I wanted to be an art teacher. And I'm lucky enough that I was supported through many years of doing what I loved. So there were many days where work didn't feel like work. And there were some days it did feel like work, I'll be honest. Teaching as many children as I have, over 15,000 in my career, has filled my heart, and my family have supported me throughout all of these years. My principals, Mr. M and Ms. Simone, have done a fabulous job. And I hope that the next art teachers that come in enjoy their career as much as I have. Thank you.
Please come shake our hands. Thank you.
Congratulations.
And next we have Miss Nicole Williams. Let's come confirmed. Are you here, Ms. Williams? No? Oh, okay, thank you for clarifying. And then we have Mr. Will Washington, and he is retiring as an assistant principal this year. Please come up and get your gift and grace us on the mic and address us all and share your Greenburgh story.
My HBCU brother there, Mr. Bell. Good evening. I'd like to thank all the students, all the parents, all the trustees, especially the teachers, my fellow administrators, the civil service employees that I've worked with who told me where all the landmines were so that I could avoid them. Greenburgh has been very, very good to me. I came in 1999 as the Dean of Students. Then they made me the summer school principal. From there, I went to AP of the high school, middle school, Bailey, then principal of the high school, and from there to ECP. In each school that I was in, Lee F. Jackson, Highview, felt like home. ECP felt like heaven. So thank you, all the board members who let me end my career there. I want to say that I tell the kids I have been very blessed. I went to Morehouse College. I went to NYU. I said, but if I had went here as a student, I love NYU, but it would have definitely been an Ivy League school because we have Ivy League teachers, Ivy League parents, administrators, and central administrators. So with that, I'd like to say thank you very, very much for the privilege and the opportunity to work for such a great school district, Greenburgh Central School District. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Washington. Please come shake our hands. Next, we have Sheldine Williams is not attending, but did retire. And clap for Ms. Williams. And we have Marilyn Broyce. Ms. Broyce, are you here? Yes, okay. And please come up and tell us a little bit about your Greenburgh story.
Good evening. Thank you. Thank you to the board. Thank you so much to Mr. Smith and Mr. Bell. Woodlands has really saved my life in so many ways. It was a great district to work in. The children, Wilson is the way to go, and that certification will stay with me forever to continue to help the children. And it's a great district. The sense of community was so strong. So thank you all, and thank you to my family and all the other teachers. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we are going to take one big group picture, but before we do that for instructional, we're going to allow Mr. James Bell. I know you want to say something to your teachers, and you also have Mr. Washington up here, but the teachers are here for you to say something to them first. So please come up. Mr. Bell is our GTF Greenburgh Teachers Federation president.
Good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. Once again, I am James Bell, President of the Greenburgh Teaching Federation. You know, I want to say congratulations to those who don't have to be here in September with me. I wish you well on your next journey. It's been a pleasure working with you and especially serving as your president for the last 7 years. My HBCU brother, which means you're leaving. So Mr. Smith, publicly you need to step up. You did graduate from an HBCU, so I need another brother, all right? So here's a small token of our appreciation for your service and dedication to the Greenburgh Central School District. You can come forward. All three of you. We do have phone banking. We got to get budgets passed, things that we need. Freak out. I don't want to hear that, oh, you can't make it. I'm working for you, Doc. Thanksgiving baskets for the community. Appreciate you guys. You're going to do this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bell. I think they want to take a picture. Go ahead. Oh, they have money in there? Thank you. Please don't leave the stage, teachers, retired teachers. We're going to take a photo, but we do have a few more retirees that are non-instructional retirees. We have 3. Yes, right to the side. And so, there's only one. Okay, we have 3 retirees. I'm going to read each name. Only one is here, and then we're going to all take a photo. Number first is Richard McLean. Number 1, he's retired this year, so let's clap for him. We also have Miss Sabrina Allen, who was retired this year. And last but certainly not least, we have Miss Lori D'Amico. Please come up. And so, Ms. D'Amico, we happen to know intimately because she works in our business office. So please take your gift from Patricia and then go to the mic and tell us about your Greenburgh experience.
Well, I've been a resident of Greenburgh for 32 years, and lucky enough not to have 30 years, but to have 17 years working in the business office. And I have found both of my children went to private schools, and personally I don't want to say didn't care much about the public schools, but I didn't focus so much on the public schools until I started to work here. And what I found when I started to work here was how important and that all the teachers were and to all the students. And I really found a love of the school that I never had. And I feel blessed that I spent the last 17 years here. And I am going to miss it. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Something tells me we'll be calling on you quite a bit, though. You said you live here, so what are we going to do? Thank you. Congratulations. And we'd like to take a big picture with the board members, the superintendent, please, if you don't mind, and our retirees.
Center stage? Yeah, you guys can all go to, yeah, center stage. I'll move. You guys come on.
I think you should come. I think you should come. You were great.
You did great. I think you. Well, if you're taking, you should be. You gotta take it. Yes. 10-minute reception.
Okay, great. Dr. Njoku's joining us. Thank you. We have a 10-minute reception in the hallway to celebrate our retirees. Okay, we are going to convene at 9 o'clock. Reconvene at 9 o'clock, be 13 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Gary, that I.
Mr. Parker, please let me know when we are back. Great. Wonderful. We are back from our break, and the time is now 9:02 p.m. We are looking for public comment. Is there any public comment?
No public
Ms.
comments.
Pineda? No. We're going to move on to our policy presentation, and I'm going to turn the meeting over to Trustee Vallon, who is joining us remotely. Trustee Vallon? Now she looks frozen. And is there a red error mark on the top of the screen? What does it say? Because my glasses do not work that well.
Is she frozen or is
She has not been frozen up until this point, which is hilarious.
She
Okay.
is definitely frozen, yeah.
Is the tech guy still here? No? Luke? Luke? He just walked past the door. There you go, Mr. Johnson. Luke Johnson. Chris froze. She wasn't frozen the whole meeting until it was her turn to speak.
I'll have her log in again.
Okay. Let's
Try to
pretend we're
join the
still on
meeting
break.
again.
I don't think she logged off. She was there a minute ago, and then
It's
she
on-
froze.
I just texted her to
Okay.
join the meeting again. Right.
Oh, there's fruit out there?
Yes.
I was thinking.
Okay, we're going to move on with the meeting. Can you get her back on?
She's logging in now.
Oh, okay. Oh, she has to rejoin?
Yeah.
We don't have to let her in?
No.
Okay, great. So next item up for our agenda is oh, sorry, she's texting me. Tracy logging back in. Yes. Sure. I don't even know what she's doing. Hold on. She said it's probably on her end. Okay, so next item on for our agenda is item C7, policy presentation, and we have two policies. 1130, which is ex officio student member of the school board, and policy 1210, Board of Education members nomination and election. These two policies will be considered for board adoption at our at our July 16th, 2026 meeting, which is our next regular meeting. Copies of this policy are available in the district clerk's office at the school buildings and on the district website on board docs. All comments concerning the said policies should be submitted in writing to the Board of Education. Do you want to add anything, Julie or Dr. Chisholm? Is there any questions from the board members regarding those two policies?
I think policy 1130, I don't have the copy in front of me, but there's the word meme in the policy. Search for meme and change it to member.
Member.
Maybe spell check caught it and it changed to me.
And changed it, right.
Hi, Chris, you're back. I let everyone know that both policies would be up for adoption and how folks can make comments on the policies to the Board of Education. Is there anything else you wanted to say about the two policies? Can you hear me? Yes. She's waving. Okay, we're going to move on, and just interrupt us if you need to, Chris. Next item up for the agenda is D1, ex officio student report. We do not have our ex officio students here. D2, board president report. I am going to wave a lot. I just want to say very quickly, we are at the end of the school year. We made it, thank goodness. Summer is beginning. Parents, please hang in there with your students. It is a tough time, the end of the school year. It gets hot. Please, please, please continue to maintain dress code, all students. Please continue to attend school. Parents, continue to take care of your students' well-being for their exams that they have coming up, whether they are the end of the year exams or their Regents exams. And then the community, please continue to support our kids through the summer. Many attend the camps in the schools, many work at the camps, and just continue to be there for our students as we prepare to return to school with our superintendent in September. And since it's the end of the year regular meeting, we are going to have another meeting next week. It is going to be a work session, but this is our official regular meeting. And I did want to thank, God bless you, all of our board members. I see my wonderful, trusted Vice President leaning in, trying to hear everything. I'm sure she'll watch the meeting back later. But I thank you profusely. Chris keeps me super organized, and I forget everything because I'm juggling everything, and she always reminds me, which is super helpful. So I really appreciate you. I just want to say that. And to all the board members for all of your time that you give. To remind the community, again, the board is unpaid and giving lots and lots of their personal time to oversee the monies spent in the school district, as well as advocate for our students and our staff members, and to continue to try to enforce our policies. However, this year, there is one particular board member that I noticed went above and beyond in her duties, so it's not you, Trustee Warner, in her duties as a Board of Education trustee. This is the same board. We've been working together for 2 full years now, and I do feel like I've gotten to know this board member pretty well. I feel like she took control of her committees this year. I feel like she's given a lot of her time and effort. She is a parent in the district, and she has been a staunch advocate for all of the children in the school district, as all of us have been, but I noticed a little more from this trustee this year. I noticed that this trustee has really been pushing for the mental and emotional wellness of all of our students, and I really appreciate that, as well as she's a very, very strong supporter of all of our staff in the district and the professional development, mental and emotional health of our staff. And that would be you, Miss Erin Jacobson. You have a special award for the Westchester Putnam School Board Association to be honored and recognized for your service to the Board of Education. So thank you. There you go. Just want to take the time to give you this. It's not framed, but it is a certificate. Thank you. Yes, you deserve it. You deserve it. Would you guys agree? Yes, okay. Wonderful. Okay, and now I'm going to turn it over to our superintendent of schools, Dr. Chisholm.
I've been 2 people tonight. Good evening, everyone, board president, mayors, board trustees, community members. Real quick, I do want to share that last week I did have the opportunity to attend the Mets game in the scorching heat with members of the Superintendent Student Advisory Council. We really did have a great time, and it was a great day out there with all of the students. Last night, a wonderful evening to dedicate the Edward Ellis Memorial Field. The community members that came out, the supporters, the family, it was a really great night. So I'm appreciative to all the hard work that went into all of that prior to me coming here and us finally closing that loop and bringing that work to fruition. Just a reminder too, we are still in Regents examination session. There's a lot going on even with middle schoolers still here, but I think today was like the last day for middle school. But I just want to ask students to continue to finish strong. This is a very important time, and especially as we're leading up to all the moving up ceremonies across the district. That's also an important time. And all leads to, at the end of the day, one graduation, which is from the high school. This year's graduation is June 26th at 5 p.m., so that's just a reminder. And just look forward for the community to look forward to all the things that we have coming up for the 26-27 school year that will be shared very, very soon. So some of it will be a part of reports, but just so that the community knows the direction that we're going in with a lot of things for next school year. So we're going to build upon and turn it up one extra degree, and what does that look like for Greenburgh Central Schools?
Thank you, Dr. Chisholm. And now we have our Assistant Superintendent for Business and Treasury report, Ms. Merrill and Amy Ashley Moore.
So I'm going to be giving the Treasury report tonight. I'll be giving the Treasurer's report for April 2026. Please note that the April 2026 General Fund other receipts of $1,209,238.54 includes $347,705.08 in 2025 BOCES surplus of $447,219.66 and $18,218.88 in miscellaneous items. As detailed in the Treasurer's report for April of 2026, the ending balances for the general fund as of April 30th, 26 are cash accounts checking, $5,590,111.85. In our investment money market accounts, we have $41,679,444.45, totaling $47,269,556.30. The general fund beginning balance for April 2026 was $47,269,556.30. The district received a total of $5,015,737.86 in receipts, issued $3,419,074.95 in payroll checks, $2,531,585.26 in accounts payable disbursements, and $1,360,368.08 in due from other funds. The ending balance for the general fund was $44,974,265.87 as detailed above. For the month of April 2026, the district issued 922 payroll checks and 254 accounts payable disbursements. All disbursements were audited by the internal claims auditor. Does anybody have any questions on the Treasurer's report?
No, I don't.
I just have a couple other announcements that I wanted to make. I just wanted to give an update on the water main project down at the Pinewoods end of Pat Capone Road. We were able last week to secure the updated building permits. Last Friday, BBS sent revised drawings to our contractor, Jabco. We are currently waiting on a cost proposal and schedule as to when the work can start again. The other thing I wanted to mention is we do have a solar roof RFP that was advertised last Friday. Those RFPs are due on June 24th, and there is a pre-proposal meeting here at Woodlands on June 23rd. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Ms. Merrill. Are there any questions or comments? Yes, Trustee Valen?
Yeah, so is the solar RFP, you said due June 24th, is that the bid opening date then?
Yes, that is correct.
I take that back.
It's not a bid opening, but there is a pre-proposal meeting on the day before June 23rd.
Yeah, pre-proposal on, Thank you.
Okay, any more questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, I'm going to move on to our Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum, Dr. Njoku. That will woke us all up in case you were asleep.
Oh, I don't know what that was.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. All right, so this is the month of June, and it's a month of culminating activities. It's a month for our students to showcase, and also it's a month where we actually are thinking about the new year, as Dr. Chisholm said, 26, 27. And with that, there are some things that you may or may not know, so just sharing a couple of did you knows. So first, did you know that we launched our annual summer reading program? And you can go on the district website to learn more. We have created an entire web page, thanks to Ms. DeAndrea, and distributed English and Spanish summer reading books to every child, along with materials and activities that parents can do at home. Did you know that our WISE program presentations are underway? And we are in search and we are in need of some community evaluators. So specifically June 22nd, 23rd, and 24th and 25th. So if there are any community members, they should contact the WISE program at wise@greenburghcsd.org, and just know that presentations are done in person and virtually. Also, did you know that we have a Regents exam preparation program during 2 weeks in August? So for those students who need to take the August Regents, we have an intensive 2-week Regents prep program. Also, did you know, there's gonna be a couple did you knows. Did you know we're also offering for the first time in a long time a summer school credit recovery program? Yes. Investing in our young people. So this credit recovery program is going to address Algebra 1 and Bio for a 4-week program. And all this information regarding registration and such are going to be sent directly to families following the Regents exam. Did you know that our theater students earned regional recognition yesterday? So the 2026 Metropolitan High School Theater Awards held in SUNY Purchase Performing Arts Center. Our Woodland students were recognized among the region's top high school performers. Donovan Russell received a nomination for Outstanding Performance in Leading Male Identified Role, while Donovan Elizabeth Kretzberg, thank you, you're gonna help me with the next one, Samuel Weintraub, thank you, were nominated for Outstanding Performance of a Small Group Number. Their achievements reflect the talent, dedication, and excellence of our performing arts students and staff. So congratulations, and also thank you, Ms. Hillary Johnson. All right? So exciting. Here's some more. Did you know that our young people, students, are showcasing the ATL skills, which is approaches to learning skills through inquiry and research. So Woodland seniors this year, our IB diploma program, they presented mathematical investigations this year and research projects during their annual IB higher level internal assessment symposium. Then also last week, I was able to attend Richard J. Bailey's 6th grade students sharing their research. I learned from a student I don't remember what it's called yet again, but I learned how to kick. He showed me his skills, he did the research, and I had to practice and kick the ball behind my leg. It's a skill that I haven't mastered. Did you know that, there's only 2 more. Did you know that we are expanding access to student mental health services? So we are beginning 2026 pending approval from the Office of Mental Health. Greenburgh Central School District will launch an on-site mental health satellite clinic in partnership with Westchester Jewish Community Services. So the setup cost for this was through grant funding, through Recubs, and we will continue through our own, a different grant fund. Okay, there are a couple other, just one more. Did you know that we are revising our code of conduct? This might appeal to some. So we are looking to have on the July 16th, to have our public hearing on July 16th, to open then. And our focus areas will be revision, we'll look at dress code, remote learning environment, expectations, as well as cell phone use. Okay? And that's all the did you knows that we have time for.
Thank you, Dr. Njoku. Are there any questions, comments regarding yes, Trustee Mans?
Is that me?
Okay, no, I have a question. Oh, Trustee Valen, did you have a question? Who was first?
Yeah, I couldn't hear who President Mayor's called on.
Trustee Mans, but if you want to go, you can go since you're remote.
It's a quick question. We're opening, you said, Dr. Njoku, we're opening the public hearing on July 16th. At that time, we'll announce when it will close and how any public member who wants to contact us with questions or suggestions.
Yes, and exactly, everything you said, and actually, Ms. Pineda will be working with that with me.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
My question was about the mental health satellite office. Is that accessible to the public or just our staff and students here?
That's a very good question. Only our Greenburgh students.
Okay, thank you.
So we will have more questions about that when we get to our board discussion. Are there any more questions about the Assistant Superintendent's Curriculum's report at all? No? Okay, we'll move on. Next item on the agenda are activities, calendar, and the Woodlands Middle High School bell schedule. So this is the board discussion section for the Board of Education to be able to discuss certain topics, things that are coming up in the district, things that have been hot topics in the district, for board to get clarity, ask questions, etc. Activities calendar is being worked on currently. The public should know that. Parents and families should know that. The PTAs should be working with their principals around activities moving into the next school year. The superintendent is going to be looking at the calendars. Anything the board wants to say or talk about with regard to the activities calendar for the next school year? Yes, Trustee Mans?
Are these the activities that go on the calendar too, or no? This is outside. These are the ones that, okay.
All on the calendar.
Okay, thank you. If we have committee meetings, are we a part of this or that's something separate? I'm trying to get some consistency. That's
No,
all.
I hear you. I just want to make sure my microphone is on. Ignore that. So what we're trying to do is get those school activities calendared first.
Okay.
I do want to let the board and the public and the staff, et cetera, principals know that I have heard feedback in terms of timing of different activities on the calendar, making sure we're not stepping on each other's toes, so to speak, especially because we have parents that have multiple students in multiple schools across the district, so making sure that we're being cognizant of that. Just to give you a timeline or ETA around this work, is right now is released with the buildings to work with their PTAs, those type of things right now, and think about things that happen on an annual basis and where they currently lie. These conversations have already been had with building principals. On the 24th of June, we will all be together, the administrators, the directors, as well as the cabinet, to then look at it again with everybody in the space so we can adjust it at that time. After that, then we're gonna release it to then the committees and everything else. But right now, I have to make sure that our buildings are locked, and pretty much it's gonna be a rough drafty draft before it comes to you all. That way, we can make sure we're all pretty much together, if that makes sense.
Yes, I just want to, you said locked. It's not going to fully be locked, right?
No.
Okay. Yes. Okay, so thank you. Anyone? Yes, Trustee Jacobson, sorry.
Dr. Chisholm, I appreciate that there will be a revisit of it. I think in particular paying attention to parent-teacher conferences is a big one, especially cross schools, and also in particular, I will say at RJ Bailey, now that there is team teaching in some grades, but not all grades, and so the way the time got split between subject areas wasn't equitable compared to like sixth grade, who has a distinct teacher for each subject. So I think that, and obviously like when things are planned, like on board meetings or things like that, to make sure that we're all able to attend as much as possible, I think is greatly appreciated, so thank you.
No problem. That was That was one of the things that did come up. I do remember parent-teacher conference, we did have to make an edit after I got here on some of those dates, as well as the times, so trying to stagger those times. One of the other things were conversations around when are we hosting our orientations, and trying to move those up earlier for the middle high school as well as R.J. Bailey, so that we're not missing the opportunity to have students come here and see what we're doing before they're making potentially other decisions. So those are a lot of the things that we're having conversations about and that we'll be looking for as we build the activities calendar.
Anyone else? I thank you for remembering about the orientations. I think move up to Woodlands is a big thing that I hear from, and I'm a 6th grade parent currently, 6th grade families, but also the move up to Bailey. And just so you know, from my understanding, the private parochial schools start looking October, November. Parents don't start looking, so if we could have something in that first, between September and December, kind of a hello and, welcome to the next school for the kids leaving that school, that might be helpful. Or maybe even just meet the principal or something where parents can feel comfortable to ask questions. It'll be up to the administration to determine what type of thing, but opening something earlier would be helpful. When it comes to parent-teacher night, I concur with Trustee Jacobson. My question is, what is, and this is really a rhetorical slash thought-provoking question, what is the purpose of parent-teacher conference? And the reason why I say that is because I've had parent-teacher conferences since 2011, and my parent-teacher conferences have been, some have been just for me to receive test scores really quickly. Some have been just to receive like my child's current grade in the class and goodbye. Some have been to have voice concern about behavior. But I think parents want to hear about how their child is doing. So I don't know if there's a way to make a middle ground. I understand in certain buildings it has to happen fast, but I do wonder, and maybe the purpose is just to give a test score, I don't know. But it's a question that I have. What is supposed to be the purpose of parent-teacher conferences? Trustee Werner?
Well, I know that there are initial parent-teacher conferences. You get to know the child's, back-to-school night kind of thing. You try and establish a relationship with the teacher so that you know who you're dealing with if an issue should arise. So, there's a kind of a preventive thing to get the community glue to stick in advance, so you have some basis of, knowing where you're negotiating from.
Right. So really looking at, that's why I said, what is the purpose? Because I don't know if everyone has the same purpose. So maybe for me, looking at that might be helpful. And then board meetings, someone mentioned board meetings are off limits. So there should be no prom, no dance, no things scheduled on a Board of Education meeting night. I would love a district where people freely come, everything now with COVID, everything went on Zoom and YouTube, and I get that people can be at home and just watch, and I hope that all of our staff and all of our students and all of our parents watch and pay attention to the decisions that are made here at our meetings, but I would love for people to be able to come out, and when things are scheduled on the nights of board meetings, it's not possible. So it was kind of like a big don't do. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen again this year. Any other, yes, Trustee Jacobson?
Just one more of a comment. This is the first year we have had the district's app rolled out, which automatically populates all of the calendars to your phone, and you can subscribe on the website and have it download everything with a push of a button. So when there's a change, it magically happens on all of your devices. So especially because things do change and because double booking sometimes happens, I highly recommend you download the app. I highly recommend you subscribe on the website so that all of your things say accurate and updated information.
Thank you, Trustee Jacobson. Next item was the Woodlands Middle High School bell schedule. Does anybody want to, Trustee, Dr., anyone? Okay, Dr. Chisholm. So someone moving over there.
So I'm trying to think of where to begin. So I'll start with this. It's important to ensure that our students are meeting all the check marks for graduation. That's with Regents exams is one check mark towards graduation, and the second one is through the successful completion of course credits. And so what we found is that it becomes an 8-period day, especially for our students who are in more accelerated programs. It becomes a barrier to try to meet all of those graduation requirements in a timely fashion. And so in order to address that first issue, to ensure that our students are graduating with the courses that they need on time, we needed to adjust the bell schedule. In doing that, it did involve conversations with instructional staff, with the building administration, with the teachers union, because we don't want to be violating our teachers' CBOs in terms of teacher-student contact time, their amount of hours, their preps, all of those different things. And so what it did was, I think it only changed the teacher's day by about 3 minutes or so, but we did have to move it so that we could integrate a homeroom. And the homeroom really was, when we have students who are tardy, they're always missing an instructional period. This creates a buffer for an instructional period, so they're not missing, especially because, say I have math every first period, I'm missing the first 10 minutes of math every first period. This creates a buffer. The other piece was around helping to mitigate the cell phone piece. So some of those conversations were utilizing homeroom and trying to match homeroom with the 9th period teacher. So when the student comes to school, if they have to turn their phones in, hopefully they're away so they don't have to turn their phones in. They're with their 9th period teacher, so when they return to 9th period, that's where their phone is. We don't have to spend time trying to pick up or collect the phone. It's just a portion of it. But the other part about homeroom is that it provides opportunity to check in with the student too. So there is some type of SEL component to checking in with an adult on a daily basis before starting right with instruction. I know there were some concerns or conversations around an earlier start time and what does the research say. As a researcher, I can tell you what the research says. The research says technically anytime after 9 a.m. start is grand, but we don't have an after 9 a.m. start. And when you think about the impact of the cascading impact on busing, on after-school activities, on clubs, on athletics, all of those things, it creates a whole cascading impact on those things. Considering our buses arrived to the building at 7:40 anyways, the best option was to move it up 10 minutes earlier. 10 minutes does not create a statistically, what's the word I'm looking for, significant impact on our young people, 7 through 12. So I do want to say that. I also want to share, just from doing some research, that there has been years where the district had a 7:20 start.
Yes, I know. We were here. Yeah, the bus stopped
That won't happen.
4:45 in the morning.
That's not the plan. But this is not what I'm asking. In 10 minutes, just a 10-minute start when students are here anyways, and breakfast starts at 7:30 anyways, is not significant enough to say the research doesn't support the 10 minutes. I do want to say that. You know, we'll see how it goes, but the 9 periods also adds a little bit more flexibility with students in terms of being able to pick up electives, making sure they get their course requirements. It does meet the NICED Part 100 regulations as it relates to seat time required towards graduation. Again, there's no impact to, and I'm just kind of reading some notes that I put in my May newsletter. There is no impact to after-school clubs, activities, athletics, or busing for the remaining 4 schools in the district. And it really does create a commitment to the whole child. The SEL piece that can be brought into having kids check in the morning before starting their academic day. Those are really some of the things around it. The 9-period structure does provide some greater flexibility in student scheduling.
Okay, does anyone have any? Yes, Trustee Long.
I have 2 questions. The first question is about breakfast. So breakfast starts at 7:30. Is there any adjustment to buses to make sure that, since a good many of our students take buses, that the buses are arriving in a time for them to get breakfast if they wish to? Or is there another alternative that makes sure that that option is available?
So breakfast will always be an option that's available to any student, no matter if they come in at 9 o'clock and they're hungry, right? So there should always be an option for kids to have food when they get here. Working with the yellow bus, we did talk about an earlier time for students to get picked up. I only gave the example of what time the buses are arriving now because of some of the conversation around it's too early, but the kids are coming in at 7:40 already. But yeah, students will still be able to have breakfast in the mornings, and Mr. Gunn is adjusting for the morning time, the bus.
My second question is about class transition time and an extra period. Is there extra weight in the backpacks? And because today the kids carry their stuff pretty much all day, they don't get much time to stop and change the weight in their backpack.
Right. So transition time is, I want to say, is 1 minute shorter to establish it in there. And I'll be honest, but those are conversations that we can have with teachers too, right? So it's a matter of, we know we have a new bell schedule. We know students are not cutting through the middle here. They have to go outside to go to the art wing. So to me, that's a part of culture and climate. You already know the distance that students are traveling. So do we give it a 2 or 3 minute grace period as we're welcoming students, which we should be doing, entering our classrooms? Those are conversations to be had with administrators and the expectations for teachers and welcoming students to their classrooms.
Any other trustee? Oh, sorry, Trustee Jacobson. And me. And then Trustee Mans.
I'm glad Trustee Long brought that up. I think especially for the incoming 7th graders, that's huge. As a parent of a current 7th grader, that transition didn't get a lot of grace this year. I think teachers seemed to be like, let's go, and kids were getting lost. And, I think especially for kids coming new to the building with a new schedule, it'll be a bigger adjustment than it already is. The other thing I'm curious about, our wellness policy states that students across the district would have 20 minutes to eat, not 20 minutes of lunchtime, 20 minutes of, I now have my food and can sit down and eat for 20 minutes. And that typically is not what's happening across the district. And so since we're looking at bell schedules and looking at the way our day is shaped in each building, I encourage us to look at that so that we are in compliance with our own policy.
Yes, thank you very much. I am aware of the policy piece. We did take that into consideration too, and I've had Ms. Merrill have conversations with Whitson's around our lunches and how quickly we could get students in. I think some of the barriers that we may have created for ourselves, and these are conversations that we're having as we're building the master schedule using the 9-period day, is how many students are in each of the lunch periods. So when we only have one group of students, that we create our own singletons, when we can have like 9th and 10th together, you know what I mean? So those are conversations that we're already looking at as we're looking and building the master schedule, which is already commenced.
Trustee Mans and then Warner. Oh, right. Yes, sorry.
All right, so 2 things. I do know families who attend schools that have this bell schedule similar to what's going to be implemented, and it is proven effective when it comes to student proficiency and results for exams, et cetera. So I'm in support of it. The second thing is the cell phone policy. So I heard a little bit about that. Is that going to remain the same at the high school? So in other words, the children are expected to either put it away in a locker or put it in a book bag, or at homeroom, they will be collected, put away. Oh, that's where we're going.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what was the
cell phone?
Okay, so the kids are not, what was the result?
If we see, they need to be either put away in homeroom, and we did identify storage devices that are lockable. We did receive a grant, I want to say it's approximately $7,400 to purchase cell phone storage devices.
Okay.
That we're going to utilize. It's going to look different at each grade level. So the devices that we can use might be shoe racks for like 4, 5, 6, where the kids have their own numbers, especially because they're not transitioning through several different classes. They have the same, basically home-based teacher. And then at the high school, 7 through 12 is where we'll look to purchase those devices. We did get 3 bids for that to look at. And then based on those 3, the members of the Students Advisory Council also kind of weighed in on those things, which will also feed into our code of conduct as well.
I'm wondering if in 4, 5, 6, do we need that? I don't know. I mean, I'd have to ask, I guess, the principal there, but I don't know that the kids pull them out.
I don't know, but we will have them just in case.
Okay. Trustee Warner?
Okay, so my problem was, do we have enough staff to cover the fact that we have 9 periods instead of 8 periods? And I think we did it before. We've had a 9-period day before, so it's very likely that we can. But when will the master schedule be laid out so that we'll know whether we have a problem or not?
So as we're working to build the master schedule now, we don't perceive any problems with the staffing to fill 9 periods of a day. I'll say that. What we are looking at, because at the end of the day, the teachers still have their 5 instructional periods, their lunch, their prep, potentially a duty, and then now we're trying to create common planning time based on content area. So maybe 3rd period, all of the math teachers are meeting together. That's an opportunity for job-embedded PD, some PLC, some data work. Maybe all of 8th period social studies teachers are meeting together, the same thing. So what it does is also create an opportunity for teachers to have more time, which has also been an ask, for planning, preparation, assessment, data, all of those things. So those are what we're trying to build into the master schedule now, and they've started that already. I don't have an ETA on when it'll be completed, but it has to be completed soon because we're building the shell in the student information system so that we can start the scheduling pieces, the electronic scheduling of students.
Okay, so when will you know?
I don't have an answer for you right now, Trustee Warner.
I know.
Okay.
I'm asking when will you have an answer?
Okay. I'm assuming, and I don't want to say I'm assuming, this is June. We're working on this through July because we have to get student schedules out. So probably towards the end of July.
Thanks.
Okay. Sorry.
It's okay, Trustee Valen. Add it on, I'm sorry. Trustee Valen, did you have a question?
I was trying to figure out because I missed some parts of what the phone storage situation and solution is. You said there were 3 options that were looked at, and has one was recommended by the Student Advisory Committee?
Yeah, some students selected one that locked and how many went into it and all those other things. The next step is to provide what those options are to the business office and then get the quotes. We do have quotes. I did look at 3 different companies.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I know some of the expensive options that I'm not going to name.
Oh, no.
Were found to be time-consuming to deal with in other districts, but we can maybe get some more of that information in the packet instead of tonight because we've got a long meeting.
Yeah, we're looking at the ones that may have be able to store 30 something in them with an assigned number and the whole case locks. In my previous district, we purchased Yonder pouches. To me, that's expensive, and the kids have already found a way to pop them open. I don't think that's a good use of money.
Okay. All right, we're thinking along the same lines then. Okay.
Okay. Any more questions, comments about the Bell schedule? No? Okay. Next, we have our plans, our professional development plan, district-wide, and building safety plans. Want to talk about those, Dr. Chisholm or Dr. Njoku?
Dr. Njoku will discuss the professional development plan, and Ms. Merrill will discuss the district
So our professional, thank you. Our professional development plan regarding that, sorry, we will be having discussions in. Our professional development plan, we will be having meetings during the summer months with the team, but we did something different this year with Dr. Chisholm earlier during the first few weeks. We actually convened and realized that there was some membership that's needed. So that being non-instructional individuals. So the focus of the plans prior had been primarily around instructional plans, and it was like an eye-opening, moment. So we are making sure that we engage non-instructional and have the plan more as a vision and hopefully multi-year, so that it could just be reapproved and align with and better align with the anticipated strategic plan and the SOAR pillars.
Okay, and our building safety plans?
A couple of, I don't think this is working. Okay, is it working now? Can you hear me? A couple of weeks ago, the committee for the district-wide school safety plan met. I do want to thank everybody that was involved. There were a lot of community members there. Our fire department was there, Greenburgh PD. We had parent representatives. We had a representative from each of our bargaining units. We also had administrators and teachers. It was a very productive meeting. We went page by page through the actual plan. I should also mention that there were board trustees there as well. I didn't want to leave you out, sorry. And there were no major updates. There were just some minor updates that I went ahead and I made the updates. The plan was shared today with Cabinet, and tomorrow it's going to be shared with the committee for feedback to see if all their changes that were recommended were made and if they want to present any other changes. Following that, it will be presented to the board for approval, and then it will be on our district website. As far as the building level plans, that's something that will be handled, I believe we spoke about like the beginning of July. We'll be working on the building level plans.
Okay, thank you. Any questions, comments? Trustee Valen.
So I'm going to be ready to share with the board. So the district-wide safety plan needs, I believe, a public hearing to be open for a minimum of 30 days.
Yes.
I'm wondering if that will be available to share with the board on our June 23rd meeting next week to open that public hearing and for us to close during the summer, or will it not be available for the board and the public hearing to open until our July 17th meeting as opposed to June 23rd?
The only issue, if I'm sharing it with the committee tomorrow, I believe our cutoff for the 23rd meeting is on Thursday, so it is a little bit of a tight deadline. My question would be, if we do put it to be reviewed to the board on the 23rd, if changes need to be made, could they still be made? If we're opening the hearing?
Yes, it's a hearing. Go ahead, sorry.
Once the public hearing is open, changes can still be made from the feedback that's received. It's just, at some point, we need to open the public hearing and keep it open for a minimum of 30 days. So I just want to put that on the table so that all the planning for feedback and et cetera, before it gets to the version where the board would have it on an agenda, would happen. So the board will approve it only after the public hearing is closed.
I was just notified that it's too late to open the hearing for the 23rd because it has to be advertised.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And we're not going to meet.
So when is the due date? I'm sorry to cut you off. When's the due date?
For the public hearing?
No, the district-wide
For
safety
the
plan is due in
district-wide
the
safety
fall.
plan. Yeah, what's
September 1st.
Right.
September what?
September 1st. So if we open the public hearing at our July 16th reorg meeting, and we'll
I'm
probably.
sorry, when is the due date? Is September or October?
I believe September 1st.
So,
with the third
what
grade.
needs to happen, which is not going to happen right now, what needs to happen is someone needs to verify the due date. And then from that due date, we need to know the time in which we can present it. We cannot do it July 23rd, or June 23rd. Our next meeting after that is July 16th. So it would have to stay open from July 16th at least till August 16th for 30 days to get feedback from the board, but also, more importantly, from the community, right? For our district-wide safety planning community, our employees, our students. And then somewhere around August 16th, I don't even know if everyone's free. It looks like people aren't free really until the end of August. So sometime in the end of August, we can have a meeting to adopt it if we'd like to, but we need to verify that deadline. Because if the deadline is September 1st, then we have to have a special meeting at the end of August. If the deadline is in October, that does give us flexibility to our first meeting in September. Yes, Dr. Chisholm and Trustee.
Safety plans are October. I just checked it. It's October 1st.
Okay.
So the plan is that we will add it to the July 16th. That will give us time as a cabinet, because we just received it, so we could review it today. Make whatever edits we need to, put it on July 16th, have it open for 30 days. It will still be submitted on time, very early actually, prior to October 1st.
Okay, so it'll be adopted sometime in September, the first meeting maybe? Okay, sounds good. Trustee Jacobson?
Just another thought in case we need another meeting. The tour of the schools is usually a meeting where we could then formally adopt something then at the end of August too, if we need to.
Yes, I'm going by a meeting for everyone to be available, but you're right, 4 or more makes a quorum, and so we could get together to adopt if needed.
Do we have a date on that yet, by the way, a school tour?
No, I'm waiting.
He's waiting for the calendar.
Cool.
Don't remind him, yes.
Sorry.
We're all waiting to the calendar. June 24th. Okay, Trustee Valen. I saw you.
No,
No? Okay.
He might have said what I was going to say, but I can't hear, so.
Oh, sorry. Okay. All right, we're going to move forward. The time is now 9:53. My 11 o'clock dream may not happen. There's a playground grant opportunity. Trustee, Dr. Chisholm, can you tell us about the playground grant opportunity? Sorry.
I'm going to turn this part over to, and I'll jump in if needed, to Dr. Njoku. She helped find this grant, and we're all kind of working together on this.
Great.
All right, so we were excited. So we worked with a grant writer who, after a conversation about, what our desires are, identify this grant opportunity from New York. It's the New York Plays grant, so we have submitted it. The grant, the purpose is to have a playground. We identified, with support from the business office, with the funding and the budget. It's a very, detailed grant application. We had visits with potential designers so we can get estimates, as well as with facilities as well, right? So then we identified ECP as the site. The playground's purpose, the general gist, is that it's supposed to be designed for physical, social, and also imaginative play for youth of all abilities, so it has to be ADA accessible. We identified features that were age appropriate. There were some structures in the current playground area that are years old, that some of redundant as well, that can be potentially removed. We identified sensory and cognitive sort of area play, colorful, inviting. Just for knowledge, it's a submission. We haven't been awarded, but we feel like we have a strong application, of course. And I just want to thank Dr. Chisholm and Miss Merrill as well as facilities and Miss Johnson for coordinating all of this within such a short period of time. It was really a fast turnaround. But I also see the benefits of having a very knowledgeable grant writer that we work with who can help us, be more competitive, right? Because that we learned a bit through this process. Is there anything else, Dr. Chisholm?
Thank you, Dr. Njoku. Did you want to say something, Dr. Chisholm?
I just want to make sure that we talked about the sensory component. Okay, all right.
All righty. Yes, Trustee Long?
This sounds very exciting. I did have one question. I read through the documents and was just kind of wondering where you're thinking in the location of the existing playground at ECP. I did note that it requires public access. Had we pondered that?
Thank you. So one of the requirements of this New York Plays grant is that it has to be free and accessible to the public 7 days a week. And that playground is pretty much already free to the public 7 days a week. Yes.
So free and accessible 7 days a week, even when school is in session, so publicly?
When school is in session, no. We would have to, because we have to put that as part of the plan, but it's just being accessible to, because clearly it can't happen when our children are
Thank you.
When it's in use.
Okay, thank you for clarifying. Next we have, I think this is still you, Dr. Njoku, the Code of Conduct.
Okay, so just a continuation of the Did You Know? I think that we're following alongside the safety plan timeline, which is July 16th, public hearing where the document is open for public view for 30 days. And then the August meeting, which will be towards the end, we close it and for approval before the September 1st annual required deadline.
Okay. And are we having children look at it? I know it's the summer.
Thank you all. There's a lot, so I might sometimes miss a few key points. So through this process, this was a process that is not ending, because I was about to think about where it started, but we spoke about it last year. There's some items, generated ideas from during our education committee, and then moved during a board meeting. I think we had a work session last year, had extensive conversation on the Code of Conduct. This year, Dr. Chisholm, with her vision of SOAR, making sure that we have responsive relationships and initiating a change of the title to Code of Conduct, Character, and Community, so that we are not just looking at the student behaviors and expectations and desired behaviors, but also the adult desired behaviors. So with that, we bit off what we could chew this right now. And there has to be, not now, but at some point we have to map out the remaining ideas in a fashion that we can execute over the next couple of years. But this year we had conversation with, during the education committee, we had a special kind of edition that was led with Ms. Sempolayo, where we had community input. That's parents and community. And then last week we had a student session. So thank you to Mr. Head and Mr. Greaves for helping with Ms. Cabell to facilitate that student conversation. So, and then also we had input, this is a lot, so we had input from the Superintendent's Advisory Council to, on some aspects as well that we're putting in. So we're putting it all together, getting the voice and presenting to the public.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Njoku. Any questions, comments, Code of Conduct? No? Next, we're going to talk about branding and marketing. We did have a recent situation where there was an item that was, I guess, created and distributed that did not follow our branding and marketing. And just want to make sure that Dr. Chisholm, your message to the staff is to always follow our branding and marketing with our falcon, with our colors, which are green and white. Now, when I went to Woodlands way back in the 90s, there was always a possibility of a yellow accent. I don't know, because I'm not up on the newness of our branding and marketing, but I don't know if that's also in there. But I do know we have a contractor, Miguel Barrios, who has created our branding. And so is that the messaging that you're giving to our administration?
That is the message. That is the messaging to the administration. That has also been the messaging to the staff from the administration. So I expect the funnel down piece to that, yes.
Okay.
And that was communicated.
And then also to our teaching staff, because sometimes our teaching staff helps in creating things, and to our auxiliary organizations such as the PTAs, the booster clubs, of course our athletics, which is also involved in instructional. Is that all communicated?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Anyone else want to say anything about our branding and marketing? Dissenting view, anything? No? Next, we have our board summer retreats. Everyone has this document. No? No copies. Okay. Everyone does have it online, though. And it looks like, based on everyone's schedule availability, the superintendent and 7 board members are free on Saturday, July 18th, Sunday, July 19th, and Wednesday and Thursday, July 22nd and 23rd, keeping in mind the weekdays would have to be PM only. And so a retreat time for those, the 22nd and 23rd would be like 6 to 9 PM. What's your pleasure? What would the board like to do with regard to a summer retreat and scheduling? Retreat day or days? There's also August. The end of August has some days available as well.
Before we pick a day, real quick, what's the purpose of the retreat again? Can you refresh my memory, please?
Sure. Does any trustee want to?
Because that
Share and-
determines how I pick.
I would,
Well, I can harp on what I always harp on, which is
Sure.
that we should set or revise our yearly district goals, and that requires us to, I think, have a meeting, which means part of the retreat would be, open to the public and all that, during which we
Yeah.
discuss that. And then we do PD, which is probably, pretty obviously closed to the public since it's not directly board business.
Okay. Trustee Valen?
me?
Yes, Trustee Valen, your turn.
I would just like to say I prefer meeting in July as opposed to the end of August, partially to Trustee Warner's point. The sooner we identify some goals and some common themes, the easier it will be for Dr. Chisholm and friends to include that in their planning for their admin retreats and new teacher days, all of those things that happen at the end of August.
Okay, so the 22nd?
This is, hello? No. Is it working? Yes.
I'm good with both the weekend. I'm looking at July, and I'm good with the weekend and the weekdays. I mean, I think then it comes down to, are we going to do one long day or multiple short nights?
So that's, I guess my question is, if it's at night or after work hours, how many days are we looking at? How many hours are we looking at?
How many goals are we trying to make?
Well, it's not just goals,
No,
Trustee
I'm just
Benz.
saying
We're also
that-
talking about things that during the course of the year, when we don't have opportunities to discuss them, we're thinking these are good topics for retreats. You don't look very excited, Trustee Manson.
Sorry, Trustee Along.
If I may, before we decide how many days or how many hours, we decide what our agenda is.
I have to stop the conversation. So this is now our second full year as a board. We've had multiple, it's late. We've had multiple conversations. Everyone has been told, oh, that's a retreat topic. Some people have said, oh, we'll save that for retreat. We have a bucket of retreat topics, correct, Trustee Valen? I don't know if she can hear me. So there's lots of topics. We're not going to hash that out right now at 10 o'clock at night. We're not 10:06. The superintendent did inform me of date changes. So right now, just to clarify, we have 2 dates in July, which are Wednesday and Thursday evening available only. And so that would be 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock at night. That's 3 hours. So we can either have 1 3-hour summer retreat or 2 days, which would be 6 hours. I would recommend a 2-day, 6-hour retreat. We will have to do board business such as goals, but we will also have to work on all of the many topics, and we can pick them, we can put them in a generator, and we can rate them for what topics we want to talk about. I agree with you, Trustee Along, we need to set an agenda for it, but I don't think we're going to get to it now at 10 o'clock at night. What we do need to do is pick the day, though, because as time continues to go forward, people are going to continue to make plans with their lives, and families are going to continue to come in. If we don't tell people we're busy that night or that day, unfortunately, it's going to get booked. Right now in July, we only have 2 evenings available. Then in August, we do have, again, 2 evenings. The only weekends where we can do a long stint of more than 3 hours are the 29th and 30th of August. It is not Labor Day weekend. Labor Day is later this year. It's already in September, not in August. So, Trustee Warner.
I prefer the July dates.
I prefer the July dates too. I do not prefer evening because I feel like everyone's tired and we're rushed, but we will have to make it work if everyone's okay with the evening. Okay, so July, is everyone okay with 2 dates?
I prefer the 2 dates.
22nd and 23rd?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm sorry? The weekend of July 18th and 19th is out. I'm sorry. Okay, so it's okay. Let me just, I hate cutting people off. I feel terrible. I can just tell you here, there's a whole document already with a 1.5 worth of ideas. I don't know if this is shared with everyone yet. It is.
I haven't seen it.
It's shared with you.
Okay, thank you.
I can read you the bolded areas, which are what are our desired outcomes. Do we all have shared vision for desired outcomes, goal setting and alignment, reports to the board and management overview, what is helpful, what is not, what feels like unfinished business that we never have time to discuss or may be considered as a part of goal discussion, team building, roles and what if scenarios, summer planning, leadership items. So those are the bolded topics within lots of narrative underneath those as topics of discussion. People can drop things in here if they have more topics of discussion, and we will have to hash them out, rate them, etc. for the next year. One of the major things we do have to do at some point, trustees, is review our strategic plan. We are in the last year now, 26, 27, last school year of our strategic plan, and we will need to re-up and redo our strategic plan moving forward for 27 to 32, I guess. Am I doing the math correctly? And that's for a 5-year one. And that is also something we're gearing up to do that we will need to discuss and hash out. So I'm going to write on the next line here, strategic plan. Upcoming strategic plan. And the document is called GCSD Board Retreat 2026 Planning, if you'd like to look at it, okay? So everyone's okay right now with July 22nd and 23rd, which is a Wednesday and a Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m. for our retreat both days. Okay? Got it? Yes, no? Any objection? Okay. All right, thank you guys. Next item, it's late, it's after 10. Mental health clinic. Does our administration want to just quickly share? I know Dr. Njoku mentioned it. Trustee Manns asked if it's for GCSD students. Does anyone else have any further questions? I did submit a list of questions of concerns through the packet. Maybe we could hash those out. Go ahead, Trustee Jacobson.
This came up in the last Wellness Committee, and a lot of the students had a lot of questions. Who would be the best person to invite to a Wellness Committee at the beginning of next year so that students can get firsthand answers? Because they were very excited, but also very confused.
It's starting, by the way, in September? Yes, so it will already be going.
Right, but just so that they had a bunch of questions that Ms. Cabell wasn't able to make it to our meeting, so they couldn't get answers directly. And so I think if there's a way for them to be able to get their questions fielded.
Our hope is to do a very clear launch, but I think that there's not a problem with communicating during the Wellness Committee, and it would be the actual people.
The clinicians that are working
Yes.
there. Okay,
Mhm.
great, cool.
That's what I would assume, but timing, maybe it would end up being in October to give them September, you know.
And is Ms. Cabell supervising them? I know they're
Yes.
not, okay, cool.
The direct supervisor is the director of special education and PPS.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I jump in quickly here?
Trustee Mann.
In terms of communicating this with all the students, is there a plan in place? Do you plan on doing it maybe during an assembly or an SEL day or what have you?
So what we're looking at is a communication plan, working on it with the Westchester. So once things are approved and we know that we're good to go, we have a draft that I'm looking at right now, but until we have that good to go, then we would put dates in terms of how we're launching it, if we're going to do visit, like how we're going to do that. But just knowing, just so that everyone is clear that it's by appointment only, right? So it's not a walk-in service. There's protocols to enter the building just in terms of safety. And the individuals hired, although partnered with Westchester, I always get the WJCS, they are going to, part of the contract language is that they are supporting with our MTSS within the school building. So they are become a partner, not just for the services provided. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it's fine. I just, again, want to make sure everyone knows it's there.
Yes, so the communication plan, what I'm saying is that we don't have a fully fleshed out communication plan because it requires them. But until we're in
gotcha.
contract and partnered, then we can work that out because the people would have to be there. Yeah.
I'm always supportive of in-person speaking verbally as opposed to emails going out. You know, I just want to make sure that, you know, because not everyone checks emails. So, yeah. Say what?
Part of the whole
sorry.
idea of wellness is being able to see people, even though there's an option for telehealth. But yeah, noted.
Okay, and then hold on. You said SMTS? What is that?
Oh, multi-tiered system of support.
MTSS.
So it's just,
Okay,
it's a
fine.
tiered system that looks at different aspects. So academic, social, emotional / behavioral attendance, just a tiered support. So what do you do? What's done at the first level, maybe the teacher's level? Then what's done with some additional supports? Then as you go higher in the tiers, now you need an interventionist of some sort. So folding into that, where do they fit in this tiered support when you need more intensive support?
Okay. Thank
Does that
you.
make sense?
That was us.
Time. Oh, Trustee Werner?
Sure. Okay, so I had thought earlier that the clinic would extend to families of students as well. And because of that, we had to do some additional security and have the door that goes to the rest of the facility alarmed in both directions to restrict access. Is that no longer necessary?
The clinic will service our Greenburgh students, so that would incorporate if there's need with the family, with the family counseling, but that would have to be by appointment. So they would have to sign in, go through our Raptor system, the same thing you do, come through the front, just like if you're having a meeting in the with any other person in the building. Yes.
I maintain concerns, just because I haven't yet to see an escalation protocol. So working in mental health, and I'm sure Trustee Jacobson would be in agreement with me, there has to be a safety protocol in place. I'm sure WJCS has theirs, but because their worker is on site, I just need to know what the escalation protocol is for when we're dealing with mental health, when we're dealing with families, mental health, emotional situations, what that protocol is. I think time is a hot commodity, and I love the way that this new administration is pushing and adhering to protocols, but also making improvements and changes. My concern would be that we have to communicate to everyone, so I don't know that all the staff is aware of what we're doing, no. And so, well, I do wonder, since we're making construction changes, and this is happening, this is not a maybe, it's happening. I do think that people should be aware, especially because of the break in the, like, we're all here all summer, but people have a break in the year, so then to come back to work and there's a major change. Like mental health, first of all, there is still stigma around mental health, even though this school does a really good job of encouraging support and encouraging people to talk and to share. There is a stigma around mental health, and people fear it, right? They're not sure what it means. Does it mean you're gonna have like angry people in the school, or very, scary people, or very sad people? And I don't know what to do with that, and how do I handle that? And so just clarifying for people exactly what's happening, exactly who we're servicing, and what an escalation protocol will look like, I think might be helpful, because people are going to be leaving soon, next week, 2 weeks, and then they're not coming back to September when this thing is up and running. So it's kind of like I know it doesn't feel that way for us because we're hearing about it, but for someone that's not hearing about it, it can seem like a sharp change.
And that has to be taken into consideration, because even with the person coming in, getting acclimated and such, so that's all part of a conversation around the plan. So when we say we're starting, that means the relationship is starting. The partnership is starting. So we still have to create the plan, the communication plan, ensure that everyone's aware of what it is. So we're in agreement in terms of communicating. When we say that everyone's not aware, it's because of the planning. It's just kind of the nature of when you plan. But then when you put in a communicate, when it's time, when everything has been dotted.
I agree with you, but
Right.
I agree, but it's similar to the bell schedule situation. I do think that there's a space for, hey, did you know, FYI, we're working on a change here. Just so that when people hear a change and they see a change, they don't feel like it's drastic and it was done to them. They feel like, okay, I know that they're working on this. So like, hey, a mental health clinic is coming. We don't have all the details. We're planning it through. But when you come back in September, it will be here.
So I'm glad you said that. The reason I'm saying this is because we couldn't say a mental health clinic was coming because we need board approval. We need the contract in place. We need the Office of Mental Health. It's pending that. So although we anticipate it, the challenge was I just felt, just as a team, not comfortable saying, yes, it's happening, but involving the individuals, the key individuals in the conversation was a yes. So in terms of the, and also just to add, this was looked into last year as well. So this is not a new, last year the challenge was space, but there was a need, but space was the challenge. So this year we were able to, with the director, identify and carve out space in a very creative manner and communicate. Our building administration are aware, so certain key individuals are aware of it. But until we have things in writing, have had the conversation with WJC, thank you, I'm never going to get it right. I think I messed up my WJCS. I think the partnership needs to happen to look at this draft document and make sure it makes sense, and then also have conversation with the building it's housed in to also make sure it makes sense.
Okay, Trustee Valen, I saw you moving your hand.
Yes, and I apologize because it's so echoey. I'm missing some of the conversation. I'll have to rewatch the YouTube later. So I apologize if my question is already been dealt with. If so, just tell me to rewatch the playback. The contract says the WJCS will be servicing students pre-K through 12. How will those students be served between the hours of, I think, 9 and 4, 8 and 4, whatever we have on there? And will the WJCS be going to those other buildings if their site is at the Woodlands Middle High School? Or will families need to bring students from the other buildings to Woodlands Middle High School for
So I think what
services?
I think what I'm going to do is I have some of the items in here. What I will do is try and have a draft so that, because I would have preferred to just make sure that we met with WJCS first.
Okay.
Yes, I would like to continue with that plan, yes. So I would have, we will have an answer for you, but just know that the hours are 8 to 4 on school days. And then we also have the telehealth with them. If there's any appointment outside of those hours, they meet at the WJCS site, not our district. So they can also be taking appointments at their site and after hours. But this is a satellite to offer more access.
This is one therapist?
There's one clinician and one part-time family support specialist.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, any more questions? Well, to be continued. Last topic is the update on the wet tap. I feel like you gave an update already. Any other questions on that? No, next we have our regular, yes? Trustee Alon?
First, I want to say to call out the over and above effort that was put on this project to collect the Department of Health information. I don't feel that should have been the responsibility of our administration, but I thank you very much for taking it on hand. I understand that approval was actually in May, and I'm wondering where certain contributors to this project were in that time frame. Ms. Merrill, you said you're waiting for estimated costs from the contractor. What that says to me is that there are material differences in the design from what it was originally. So do we have an estimate on the estimated costs? And are we expecting to have included with that estimates for materials coming in and estimates for the labor to complete as far as time frames? So do we have an end date?
Did you want to answer the Department of Health question first?
In full transparency, the letter was dated for May 12th. What was interestingly enough was on June 11th, I received it mailed with a postmark date of June 8th, which was the exact same date that I went to the Department of Health. Also, interestingly enough, that same week, BBS comes in with that same notice from the Department of Health with the same date with their envelope also postmarked for June 8th. I intentionally saved that.
So if you didn't go, they were going to mail it anyway on June 8th, right?
I think me showing up probably put a little fire and I don't know. Yes, that's how I'm going to leave it.
To answer your other question, so I am led to believe from BBS They said that last Friday, once we had the new Department of Health permits, that there were revised drawings. So I am led to believe that the scope of the project did change. Originally, before we went with a wet tap, the bolts were supposed to be underground, and the hot boxes were supposed to be in the bolts in the ground. Once we realized that, once they opened up the ground and they saw that the water table was going to be an issue at that end of the road, they opted to have the hot boxes installed above ground, and there is conduit that has to be run to them, and electricity has to run through the conduit. So they said that they gave revised drawings to Jabco. They're waiting for both a cost, which would include materials and labor, for the changes that in scope, and also their schedule, because the delay has caused them to move on to another job. So we're at the point now where we have to wait and find out when they can come back.
Okay. Trustee Long, you have your answers?
Did the location change? Did the location of the backflow prevention devices change?
Not that I'm aware of, but I can confirm that with BBS.
Great.
I'm going to stop there.
Okay.
Thank
I
you.
am going to ask, which, we need to go into a second executive session. Does anyone want to approve our regular meeting approvals or do that after exec session? Okay, can I get a motion for our personnel instructional items, please?
Okay. I move that we approve the instructional personnel items presented to the board for approval this evening.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Personal non-instructional items?
I move that we approve the non-instructional personnel items presented to the board for approval this evening.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Yes? Any abstention? Motion carries. Number F3, board action items.
I move that we approve the board action items presented to the board for approval this evening.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Item F4, finance items.
I move that we approve the finance items presented to the board for approval this evening.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. F5, business items.
I move that we approve the business items presented to the board for approval this evening.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Item F6, pupil personnel services items.
I move that we approve the pupil personnel services items presented to the board for approval this evening.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Next, we have our closing items, but first, we're going to have a second exec. Can I get a motion?
I move that we adjourn to executive session to discuss information relating to an ongoing or future criminal investigation or prosecution, information relating to proposed, pending, or current litigation, the employment history of particular persons, personnel matters and/or employee records, and matters deemed confidential by state or federal law, including seeking advice from counsel.
Second.
It's been properly moved in second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? We're now in executive session. Thank you. Good evening. We are back. It's 12:17 a.m. and our last item on the agenda is our closing. New business. I'm sorry. What does it say?
New business.
New business. Does anybody have any new? Yes, Trustee Jacobs.
Just two things. The Greenburgh Public Library is having an interest meeting for Battle of the Books. There's a tween team for grades 4 through 6 and a teen team for grades 7 through 12. It's June 24th at 7 p.m. You just need to register in advance for the info session. Highly recommend. I would love at some point for Woodlands to host. I think that would be super cool, especially now that we have some brand spanking new facilities. I think that would be very cool. And also, Good for Girls is running a free STEAM camp for middle and high school BIPOC girls. It is 8 to 4 p.m. for a week, starting July 27th through the 31st at SUNY Westchester, and free includes meals as well.
Thank you. Is there any other new business? Hearing none, can I get a motion for
I
adjournment?
move that we adjourn the meeting.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Good night. We're adjourned.
18.
12:18.
I have something to say, but I have to wait.